Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Shouts out to Roman Reigns. I am one of his biggest critics and a fan at the same time. You know, but we got to get on a situation that happened maybe like a couple days ago. Roman Reigns was on Stephenie McMahon's podcast. I forgot what it's called. I really forgot what it's called. I was just looking at it. I forgot what it's called. But shouts out to Stephenie McMahon. Beautiful self. Still look gorgeous to this day. But Roman Reigns said something about the Attitude Era. Basically, he said it was easier to get over at that time compared to now. And I'm just saying, Roman is right and he's wrong at the same damn time. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, comment below, all the other good shit. Now, Roman Reigns, he's right and he's wrong. How he's right and wrong is very simple. He's wrong about it was much easier to get over. It was much easier because it was much vulgar then. And, you know, he specifically, without saying Stone Cold's name, was pointing out Stone Cold. And he's wrong about that because at that time, with it being less restrictions, and he's right about one thing, that anybody could have did that, but not anybody could have did that. Roman Reigns got away with it, but he didn't get away with it. You know, shouts out to T-Rex if you know battle rap. Basically, what I'm saying is, not anybody could have executed it like Stone Cold. Yeah, you could have told somebody, hey, go out there and curse. You curse, you consider you're on the mic, flip the bird, chuck some beers, stutter some bitches. But who would have executed it like Stone Cold? Hulk Hogan. His time was different from Stone Cold's. Yeah, go out there, do your thing, pray your prayer, eat your vitamins, all that shit. But who could have executed it like Hulk Hogan? So you can't say basically it's easy. It would have been easy to get over like Stone Cold did. Nah. That's where he's wrong at. Stone Cold came into WWE as a mid-carder for like a good year or two. You know what I'm saying? So that's where he's wrong at. Stone Cold got over organically. Roman didn't. Roman Reigns is the prime example of a legit manufactured machine. He's a manufactured product. He's a legit, like, you talk about industry plant, he's clearly an industry plant. Clearly. He's basically the Drake of professional wrestling. A clear industry plant. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's bad or good, really, for that. But there's no way in the world you go sit here and tell me he's not an industry plant. He's clearly an industry plant. He was put in place. He was put in motion. Yet he failed for 8 years. He failed for 8 years. And they never gave up on this guy. Now, it was smart for them in the long run looking at it now. He became the tribal chief and all that. He gave us some good memories, some good shit. He held the WWE on his back. That's not easy to do in any era. But he was manufactured. And Roman is not talented. Stone Cold is talented. The Rock is talented. Most of the Attitude Era guys are talented. I'm not saying ain't no talent today. There's plenty of people that's more talented than Roman right now. Cody Rhodes is one that's more talented than Roman. I'm telling you, if Cody turned heel, he's going to make Roman Reigns look like he was trying too hard. Because Cody don't need a group. He don't need a bunch of crutches to make him look better than what he is. Wait till he turn heel. Watch everybody go be on the boat of Cody Rhodes. Right? But Roman Reigns, reason why he's not talented, he's not No, John Cena. Let's even talk about PG era, right? John Cena, although he came from the ruthless aggression era to the PG era, but John Cena is actually talented. Hulk Hogan was talented. Roman is not talented. I'm gonna give you an example. Roman has been by himself for almost like what, a year now? Almost 2 years. What has he done special? What has he done? Name anything he's done special. Name any feud that was great since he's been by himself without Paul Heyman, without the bloodline. Name one. You can't. Why do you think Roman is part-time? That's the best way to book him because he will be exposed for being boring. He will be exposed for being bland. That's why he's booked the way he is. That's why it's rich, recycled booking. He comes in, he pops up every other 5 months, shows up maybe 3 times out of that little beef, which he don't ever help build the feuds at all. He's never there to build up any feuds. So when he do come around, it's here and there, little stuff. But then it's the same shit. He get rolled off TV every time. He always got to go take a break. Why? Because more Roman, he will be exposed. So less is better with him. That's why he's not talented as Stone Cold, Rocker. They were there every week. Cena was there every week. John Cena, for sure, I know. I see his entire era. He was there every single week cutting memorable promos, having memorable matches. He got demoted to the mid-card. Nobody to this day, has made the United States Championship mean more than John Cena. Maybe anybody. They literally copied the exact same pace with Roman. This is why he's not talented. He couldn't get the vest, big dog. He was riding the coattails of the Shield. Still going through the crowd. He still had the Shield music, still had the Shield outfit. He just gave it different logos. What is he doing now? The same thing. He's riding the coattails of what the Bloodline did for him. What? You telling me he has a new character or a new personality or something because he has a new shirt? That's character work to you? So, I'm going to say this also where he's right, but he's wrong. Today is a lot more restricted. Today is a lot more challenging because there's stuff you just can't do. You can't say. So, is he right about it's a little harder to get over today? Yeah, I think it is in a way. But it's just as hard as it was back then, though. That's where he's wrong about. It was not easy because the competition was extremely fierce. The crowd was way more different at that time. We didn't have Twitters and all that other shit. Yeah, you had internet forums, but who wasn't paying attention to that? That was a small subgenre within the wrestling bubble. Now, that's part of the wrestling bubble. The internet. That's literally part of the wrestling bubble. Everything's exposed in 4K. This is why they shift kayfabe the way they did. Kayfabe's still around, but like the old classic kayfabe that made all these grand iconic stars, this is why we're never going to have these level of stars again. This is why it's one at a time. It's just Roman. Who else? Maybe Seth Rollins of today. Cody Rhodes. It's like 3 or 4 people at a time. Because this era is a lot more challenging. But that don't mean Attitude Era wasn't challenging. Not only they was competing with each other in the locker room. This is what was the demands back then. There was way more requirements back then. First of all, you had to be in shape. They wasn't about to let no slouches go on television. 9 times out of 10, if you was a slouch-looking ass motherfucker, you better had some type of charisma. That still applies today. But 9 times out of 10 back then, you was a jobber. So if you didn't have the look, you had to have some level of character. But that was more Land of the Giants back then. Everybody was at least 6 feet. If you was 5-something, you was a cocky motherfucker. You was in shape. And you had to have something about you. Yeah, Jericho was just 6 feet tall. Eddie was like just 6 feet or 5'8", but they had charisma. And they was in shape. But like the highest demand back then, everybody had to be different. That's hard to do. You got to be original. Today, there's a lot of interchangeable people. Who is like nobody really has a character today. Nobody has a gimmick today at all. What? Americano? He's the only gimmick. There's really no gimmicks today. Everybody's just got a personality trait. But like how you know what I'm saying? So he's right and wrong, but don't sit here and act like the Attitude Era was easy to do. Now, Stone Cold, first of all, was like the only person doing what he was doing. You had people saying bitch and asshole, little things like that. But like Stone Cold was the only one that was doing what he was doing. Everybody did their own thing because you had to, or you was gonna flop. If you was literally just a Randy Orton wannabe, like there's a lot of them today. If you was really just a Chris Jericho wannabe, if you just, you know what I'm saying, if you was just a wannabe or something else before, which Roman Reigns was for a long time, he was a wannabe bootleg John Cena, like John Cena told him in 2017. You would have flopped back then because you had to be different. Hip hop and wrestling back then was the same thing. In the 80s, 90s, early 70s, you had to be different. Now, just like wrestling today now, there's a very few gems that stand out. But there's so many interchangeable people in the music game and wrestling today. There's so many people. Think about it. If half of this roster was gone, would you really even notice? Because it's not many people that stands out. It's just not. Because nobody has characters, gimmicks, or not many people have intriguing personalities. That's fun for TV. This is why I say bring back kayfabe. It's wrestling, bro. Like, we could bring back kayfabe tomorrow. We really could. It's wrestling. Who cares, right? But I'm saying, though, this is why today feels extremely bland because of all the restrictions and all that. So, yeah, like I said, Roman's right about that. It's way more collars put on people. What you can say, what you can't say. Even though this is a PG-13 era. This is why cursing is a little bit more, it's bloody friendly a little bit. It's a little bit more violent because we've been having a lot of stipulation matches. Hell, we had a TLC on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So we've been having some violent shit lately in this new era under Triple H. But it's slow burn, which is okay because they got to gradually build back into a more edgier product. But Roman Reigns is right and wrong. I just think he's wrong about basically saying it was easy. Because you got to put it in mind, too. They were competing with WCW at the same time. And WCW had quite a few characters and personalities. Sting, DDP, Goldberg, the NWO. You know what I'm saying? So, it was totally different then. They was competing with their own locker rooms. They was competing with their own locker rooms. You know, that's not easy being a larger-than-life personality, bro. It's not. I don't think it's easy for any era. In any era, I don't think it's easy to be a larger-than-life personality. Roman is not a larger-than-life personality. Roman is a larger-than-life marketability. He has marketability. That's why he's doing movies. He got movie star looks. This is why Vince pushed him so hard. He got movie star looks. He has marketability. But he doesn't have the talent. He can't go out there and just change his character. That's talent. That's why I said Cody's more talented than him. That's why Seth is more talented than him. They can change characters. They can switch it up. They can rebrand themselves. We just take Seth Rollins for granted because he's here every week. He's here all the time. We just take him for granted. But Seth has always been better than Roman. When Roman was trying to find himself for so many years, what was Seth doing? Constantly revamping himself. So how the fuck is Roman more talented than Seth? It's crazy. Even with Moxley. Look at Moxley. Reinvented himself with the Death Riders. Roman is the least talented in the Shield. When it comes to stats, he's the best, but he's the least talented. Moxley been a better talker since the Shield days. We're going to lie about that? Than Roman. Seth been a better talker He didn't talk that much during the Shield days, but when they broke up the Shield, it showed you his top guy qualities. But neither one of them have what Roman have, marketability. Seth do to a degree, but Roman just have that it factor you can't teach. Jay Cargill got that it factor you can't teach. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, man. Roman Reigns is right and he's wrong. But what do y'all think of this? Is Roman 100% right, or he just kind of in between? He's wrong about how easy it was to get over the Attitude Era. I think he's wrong about that. But it was the basic way he was saying, it was just easier to do what they was doing, but to get over, that's where he's wrong at. Today is a lot harder, but then in the same breath, it's not really compared to the Attitude Era. Because like I said, you don't have to really, it's not a lot of requirements today. You don't have to be in shape. You don't have to be like in tremendous shape. All you got to do is have something to make the crowd participate. You can have a cool theme song and get over today. You couldn't do that in the Attitude Era. Ruthless Aggression Era. Edge got one of the best theme songs of all time. His song did not get him over. He got the song over. Big difference. He's not holding on to a song. I love Seth, but the fact Seth is a heel and he's got the same song and he's holding on to that song proves my point today. Sami Zayn got his song. Becky Lynch still, I think Becky Lynch finally changed her song though, as I think about it. I think she did. But I'm saying though, that's because Becky is more talented than Roman as well. Roman has not changed anything. Sometimes I'm saying you got to though in a way. But what Stone Cold did and The Rock did, I'm going to use them as examples, and John Cena, they didn't change their personalities per se. They added things to their personalities. The Rock had the Brahma Bull tattoo teaser where he tell you to look at the Brahma Bull. He got the eyebrow. He got all these catchphrases. The in-ring movements was totally different. Then you got Stone Cold. Brawler, even though he's a great technical wrestler, but he didn't have to do that. Brawler, he got the vest. He come out there with the G's, with the knee braces and shit. Like, all them little things added on to his personality. Cena, all the different color shirts. He was a soldier at one point in time. He was a rapper at one point in time. Like, then he turned to a superhero at one point in time. Like, it was a lot to his character. Roman, tell me what he's doing now. He's been on his own for this long, and Roman ain't doing anything special. Goes to my point that today's time, just have something to make the crowd participate and you're over today. That's really it. No and yes, with Daniel Bryan, would that shit would have got over the Attitude Era? Maybe, maybe not. But let's say if it did, Daniel Bryan would have had to have a lot more to him just besides yes or no. A lot of people think the what? Dude, you realize Stone Cold was a heel trying to be annoying? He was doing that to get heat. You know what I'm saying? When he turned to a heel, he turned to a whole other layer of himself. So did Roman. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Whole different 180. That's what made me a fan of Roman. But Roman Reigns, at the end of the day, is right on certain things, but he's wrong on certain things. And Roman said one last thing. He said the business is bigger. But thanks to the Attitude Era. So don't forget that part. You would not be here if it wasn't for the Attitude Era. You would not get all these deals. Y'all wouldn't get all these TV deals and all these high promotions if it wasn't for the Attitude Era. That's just a clear fact. The Bloodline was great for what it was. But if it wasn't for the Attitude Era making this what it is, half of the people stopped watching after the Attitude Era. Millions of people stopped watching. Most people to this day will bring up the Attitude Era before any other era. So thank them first, Roman, before you want to throw little shots. And of course, I'm not mad at you for sticking up for your team. This is your era. Some people today that's watching wrestling for the last 10 years is going to think this is the best era. Shouts out to y'all. Because in my time, I think the Ruthless Aggression era was the best era. For me, I didn't grow up in the Attitude Era. I was a little kid. I really wasn't even into wrestling at the time. So I don't even, I expect you to think your era is the best. Your team is the best. So I'm not knocking Roman for that part. He's standing up for his team. He is the leader of this generation. He's doing what he should do. He's a company man, right? But you got to remember who brought you to the dance, though. The Attitude Era, Stone Cold, all that vulgarness is the reason why wrestling had a pop. This is why wrestling, you're booming on the business side. Let's not get this confused. I didn't mean to make this video so long, though. I'm trying to make it short. But you're booming on the business side. You're not booming on a level like Attitude Era. Not even fucking close. Viewership, pop culture. Like, dude, no. And the only reason why you got any level of pop culture now is because of Attitude Era, bro. Why do you think WWE keep bringing back nostalgia acts? Why do you think they lead on nostalgia acts? Because of the Attitude Era. So, come on. We gotta keep that. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it real, man. We gotta just keep it real. And like I said, though, at the end of the day, what do y'all think of Roman Reigns' take on the Attitude Era? Is he right? Is he 100% right? Or is he's in between? He got some points, but, what do y'all think? Comment below and all that good shit. We are out.